So I created a video a while back on how to get information out of Facebook using a tool called FacePager. FacePager hasn't been updated in a while and people are finding it difficult to use, but a lot of people just want to grab comments that are on a Facebook post, and there's quite an easy way to do that. That way you don't have to use FacePager. So I thought I'd just go through that. I'm going to get the comments on this XFM post. It was about a new DJ that they're hiring, and the comments were scathing. This is not a popular DJ in the UK. He's very unpopular, and I wanted to analyze these. So, what I'm going to use to do this is a thing called the Facebook Graph Explorer. So, if you just search for that in Google, it didn't seem to come up. But if you click the first hit, which is Tilton Support, you want the Graph API Explorer. So you should get here, and then what you need to do to get all the comments on our post is write the name of the post ID here. So I've just deleted the text that was there. So you want the name of the post ID followed by /comments. So what we need to do is get the post ID. Now the post ID can be found simply by clicking this here, the date, and then here in the URL you'll get the post ID. So if you copy that and paste it here, it won't actually work, but I'm going to press submit to show you anyway, because this is what used to happen. I used to do this and it used to work, but it says here that Singular Links API doesn't work anymore, blah de blah. What you need to do to get it to work is put an underscore before this ID and put the ID of the page that's done the post before it. So we want the ID of the XFM radio page. So what you can do is you can view the source of this page, tools, view source, and scroll through it, and somewhere there'll be an ID. But the easiest thing to do is just Google find Facebook page ID. Find my Facebook ID. This basically just goes through the source of the page, the HTML source, looks for the ID, and gives it you. So it's just because some people might not be familiar with HTML and JavaScript and whatever. So now you paste that in there. So you have here, if you can see, you've got the ID of the page, and then underscore, and then ID of the post, and then /comments. And if you click submit, you get a bunch of comments. Now this is only 10 comments here. That'll be fine for me for now, so I'm just going to select that. But what you can do is you can pick more comments. I should have copied that. I didn't. So let me just copy this for now. But you can, so it's more than 10. I'll find out how many in a minute. But you can increase the limit by clicking in here, clicking limit. Oh yes, it is 10. And just increasing it to whatever you want. So you could put 300 and it would get 300 comments back for you. So now you've got this JSON, you probably want to put it in a format like CSV or something. The way I do it is to use a tool called OpenRefine. If you just Google OpenRefine and download it for your operating system, when you run it, it will run in a browser, like so. So this is OpenRefine, and on the Graph Explorer I've got this JSON, which is all the results from the query that I did. So I pasted those results into a text editor. You might want to check for things like quotes in the so things like quotes in the message might mess this up. You might want to check with a JSON validator, check it's all okay. But once you've done that, you can just save this as God, it's going very slow, but you need to save it as, I've just saved it as facebook.json on my desktop, and then in Google Refine, oh god, come on, yeah, there we go, just browse to that file you've just created. Facebook.json, there we go. And it'll work out the type of data you have, and it'll ask you to pick the first record. So each of these is a record, so you want the selection to select it all, and it will create what you probably recognize looks kind of like a spreadsheet, doesn't it, with the these are all the comments. These are when the comment was created. That's the person, the name of the person who made the comment. You might want the ID of the person in case you're doing any more queries with with Facebook API graph. So just click create project, and then if you want it in CV, you can export it in CSV. You can export it as CSV, and there's Excel as well and all that kind of thing. So it's quite easy to get all the comments. If you want more than 10, just change the limit, and that's it.